Hello everyone and welcome back to playing Tangle Tower with me. So, last time we completed what I believe to be the most of it, but it seems like we're still missing some kind of a clue. Let's start from the top floors, go from here to here. Maybe there's something I haven't noticed.
It's so dark back there.
Somehow, the sunlight doesn't seem to be making it very far into the room.
We already checked this.
A bunch of old books. Covered in dust now, but they look well read.
We checked the egg. We checked all of this.
A little pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
These are all quite holy.
The whole room has a strange feeling about it.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Okay, well, we checked all of that. Don't really see anything.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
Okay. Here?
The bell jar.
Excuse me.
It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean?
Ha ha ha.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
So what are you looking at anyway?
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Oh! Wait, why is he spying on Flora? Wait a second. That's a window.
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
How do we get to it?
We should check that next time we're over there. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
You can't see Freya then, or you couldn't see her.
I can just about see the gramophone.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
Or maybe the base is heavy enough.
I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by
I can
accident.
see behind her. Can't really see.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that the whole point of this is to find this room.
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope?
Indeed. Why does it zoom so close?
I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it.
It's locked in place just to spy Flora?
I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something suspicious.
Something creepy.
Let's ask him about it.
So,
Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
you discovered a meteor is heading straight to Earth. You're not really interested in astronomy at all, or you're trying to get a planet named after yourself. Wow.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Spying on women? What is Pointer actually researching? Oh yeah, right, there's the golden beetle, so...
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
It's daytime, and it's pointed in the wrong direction, and it's cloudy. Telescope was actually looking at the crime scene, and not up at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist.
Oh, you know the name.
Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark, and the telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check.
Well,
And we could have missed something.
let's go have a look. Maybe there's something new for us there now. Like this.
This wasn't here before.
What are you? You're so cute.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say?
Yeah?
Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you too. Freya. Whoa. Okay. Makes different kinds of things. And it gives us a new selection screen as well. Right?
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
Dang.
well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
Maybe.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Unfinished business. Oh, another chapter. Nice. So, let me think. If this is really Freya's handwriting, maybe it's not directed at us two, but some other two people. mean, she was friends with two people specifically, Fifi and Poppy, right? So maybe that's got something to do with it. Also,
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
can't be sold yet. However, Bellmouth, piano, and birds.
Let's come back later.
There were bird melodies before. Ah, look at that. I could record it. Okay. Then there were piano. It's probably the melody Poppy knows.
It's one of those big
Don't
pianos.
touch it.
Why not?
Might be
Oh
haunted.
right, we need to show it the thing. The sheet music.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Did we get it? Yes. Alright, so we do need to hunt for sounds. I do know that there's the doorbell here. I remember it made a melody. But what about the mouth? I don't think any of our suspects sings. No. There was this. I think I need the gramophone for it.
Don't think it's locked.
Oh,
I'm
that-
pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
Think this is the one that had the humming? Does this qualify?
Weird.
It's someone humming a
It
tune.
does. It's probably Freya humming, actually. So each of these is a different splotch.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Maybe, but we haven't opened everyone's secret yet. Felix's is still hidden to us. Oh, right. There's the upstairs room, too. His secret. Missing one clue. Maybe we just need to go up here. Attic.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
I agree. Some kind of tattered fabrics.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
No.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Oh my.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
Is that a little bit small for a skull?
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Really? What about this one?
Just dusty junk.
This?
Just dusty
This?
junk. What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Okay. A reel thingy. A brass reel with a screw at the top. Coiled around the reel is a length of fine red rope. Okay.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
Cool.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kind of. Where's that light coming from?
Oh, it's just daylight, I
Oh
think.
yeah, we didn't come through some sort of latch, but...
There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
That's... Freya's...
Is that what I think it is?
Yes. It certainly is.
Is that what I think it is?
It may have found something to do with the murder for real.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry.
Kind of.
Okay,
At least the moths are kept well fed.
Oh, indeed. There are quite a few, aren't there?
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kind of.
I think we got everything we were supposed to from here. Give me a second. So supposedly we have all the real things. Maybe we need to talk to someone about Felix still. Get a little bit more information on him. I don't want to risk progressing without cracking his secrets, you know?
A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
Very well.
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
Okay, she did mention her husband. Okay. Maybe not here. Pointer might have something to say about Felix.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Alright, so... let's try Poppy. Not that I think she has a whole lot to do with Felix, but... You've heard all of her poems.
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly?
Oh, how nice.
Okay, maybe Hawkshaw has something for us? If not, I'll ask Fitz, but...
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see. These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
I think you are.
I'd tell him not to quit his day job. But he hasn't got one, has he? What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double-check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
Okay, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad suggestion. But I want Felix's secret.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3.
Great.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Felix made that? Huh.
Alright, so nothing on that either. Maybe there is something in Felix's possession that could shed light on that.
Sally, you don't have a dust allergy, do you?
No. Do you?
Let me put it this way.
That is very well put. I don't see anything else here that it could attach to.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
Oh, that was hardly helpful.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
Nice try.
It was.
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
Okay, she's still quiet. Perhaps Fifi can shed some light on this.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
It was a good one. Okay, well, short from just showing just about everything to everyone, I'm not entirely sure.
A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
That's
A whole
blood?
pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
I think I get it. Did we actually ever...
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him
I
about
mean,
it.
I had noticed it, but it never came up before.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
Switching the paints. It's not your paint pot.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Well, it's obviously Freya's. I already thought about it before.
Let's take a closer look at this.
this.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Well, since all the pots were cracked, it kind of implies that they were cracked at the murder scene. I mean, this is kind of true. This red paint pot contained no red paint before Freya used it to paint Flora.
This red paint pot contained no red paint before Freya used it to paint Flora. Nope.
Not quite right, huh?
This
Here we
red
go.
paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story.
Tell us.
I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
I guess they're referring to the bird.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Very well. Okay.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Well, I definitely don't think so. So, was Freya stabbed by a knife? Why was there blood on the painting? Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip. Of the painted ink dip feather. To resemble a bloody knife, maybe?
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
I think that the purpose is to try and pin the crime on Flora because she doesn't talk. She would be very easily suspected, I think.
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle.
I'm gonna think about this myself. So, something knocked out Flora. So Freya could have been knocked out too. What if she fell before she was stabbed? Because otherwise she would have had to have been stabbed through the canvas. And there were no holes in it, so she could have been stabbed from above instead. Especially because the hole up in the ceiling really suggests that may have happened. As for what knocked them out, probably also damaged the gramophone and the paints.
That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting?
No holes.
Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
That's what I think happened too. Well, we got everything now, I think. Perhaps it's time to indeed look at the statue.
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
So we just need to match these things up.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Hear what? Whoa. Scary.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
It's pretty scary.
Where do you think it
Down.
Okay. The fact that it gives us an opportunity to stay here makes me a bit spooked. I guess I just have to trust that we have gotten everything we need. I mean, we have what seems to be all the clues, we have figured out everyone's contradiction. Achievements. Doesn't work. Probably opens something on Steam.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Well, let's go. Underneath Tangle Tower. Whoa, this looks creepy. I suppose this is a good place to end for today. I'm just kind of looking at these hypnotic bubbles all over the place and the fires. It's actually quite beautifully made in terms of lighting and everything. Anyway, I digress. Next time we're gonna start searching through this room and see what we find. I guess we came down this ladder. I am itching to find out what's down here, but we'll have to check it out next week. Bye!